G'day guys, welcome to Rumble's Fishroom. So it is evening, as you can see. It's almost evening. It's like dark enough that the camera looks like night, but it's bright enough that I can still see. But I can't see because I've got this light shining in my eyes. If you're new to the channel, that's a great introduction to me. Welcome if you're new. There's quite a few new faces lately. I'm excited about that. And a new face has asked me a question, which is the topic of today's video. So, if you guys don't know, I love subscriber video suggestions. And this one's a good one. I think I have kind of talked about it, but it would have been like 2 years ago. And I'm always willing to do update videos on stuff like, somebody will ask me a question, sometimes I refer a video to them and it's like 2 years old. And not that the video's information's outdated, but like I feel like I'm a lot better at vlogging as well now too. So I'm not saying that I'm good at it or anything, but let's do an updated video. But I don't even know if I've done a dedicated video to this before. Let's talk about central air systems. Alright, so let's look at what not to do first. Alright guys, so I'm really not joking. We are going to look at what not to do first. Alright, so here we have an air pump and there's just a spider web of air lines coming off that. The air lines, they actually run all the way over a single air lines to that rack there, which is currently out of commission. I shut it down just because it wasn't running very well and I need to rethink the design of it. But to be honest guys, I'm thinking about selling it, but I haven't yet, as you can tell. But anyway, that is how not to do it. So the main problem with that is in summer the pump gets really hot because there's a lot of back pressure and all that jazz. It's not flowing very well. So like if you're running the air pump and basically you're trying to run more sponges than it will really handle or really max the air pump out, you'll actually waste like 20% of your potential air without doing what I'm about to show you. So if you run out of air in your fish room, consider redoing the plumbing before you actually go and buy a bigger air pump, because you could probably get more air without using more electricity is what I'm getting at. Anyway, so all of this out here is just running off that spider web. There's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's only 12 outlets running off that LP40. So like that air pump is way overpowered for this. I really should run a smaller air pump, but it's just what I had laying around. Alright, so now let's go into the fish room. You guys are going to fog up a bit. I haven't been in here this afternoon. I come in the mornings and feed the fish. We're going to put the bedding together while I make this video. Unfortunately, you guys are fogging up. Alright, I'll be back. Alright guys, so we've got a little bit of fog, but we might just have to deal with it. Alright, so I'm getting up on the ladder and we're going to take this video from the roof. Oh, stop fogging up please. The joys of having a camera in a fish room during winter. Alright, so I'm just going to keep wiping it. You guys are okay with that, right? So if we pan around the roof of this room, you'll see there's 2 pipes. And they go, wait, we'll zoom out a bit. There's our new fan that we installed, which made a huge difference, can I add. Alright, so that pipe goes, those 2 pipes go all the way around the room. So one is the automatic water change system, and the other is the air. So I'm only going to explain the air in this video, but the water change system works on exactly the same principle. So it's one big circle linked. It's a big loop. So the idea of it being connected is it equalizes the pressure around the room. Basically, I could just have a U shape, but if you do a circle, you get better air pressure to the opposite side of the room to where the air pumps are. Now, you'll see these metal poles coming out. That used to be a shelf, and it used to have two LP100s sitting here. So basically the air pumps were just plumbed straight into that pipe, and it was a loop. That worked great. The only problem is these filters that I've got, they use quite a lot of air, which is kind of what we looked at last week with that reducing that pipe size to reduce like basically my air intake of the whole room. So, well, actually no, tell a lie. I had an LP100 and an LP60, and I was contemplating buying another LP100, but I went a different route. So basically it's that simple. It's just a loop around the room. It's 40mm PVC. Obviously a smaller room, like I would suggest 25mm PVC. The only thing with 40, the bigger you go, the more equal the pressure will be on the opposite side of the room. Are you guys fogging up, or is it just the screen fogging up? So the 40mm diameter, the reason I went that, I was going to go 32, but then I was like, the price difference between 32 and 40, might as well just go 40. So the water works exactly the same. It's a closed loop, and there's just the water comes in from outside the room. And then I'll show you the fittings that are on. I don't want to go out of the room, so I'll show you this one. So they're just retic barb fittings from Bunnings. I'll get one quickly, but we don't want to take the camera out of the room for too long because we've got the camera climatized and not fogging. Alright, so I might have to put it down on a surface so it focuses better. But I put this down here, and then we showcase this piece of equipment. So it's just threaded on one side and a barb on the other side, and I just drill a 3.5mm hole and then just screw the barbs in. No sealant or nothing, they don't seem to leak air. The only ones that I do seal is the water lines drip. So the air doesn't leak, but the water leaks. So the water lines have PVC glue put on the threads before I thread them in. Alright, so now gets to the technical part of my room. So the noise you can actually hear right now is the air conditioning, the buzzing. It's not the air pump. So this is where my air comes from, this pipe here. And that pipe there is where the air gets sucked in. Like, if I put my hand in there, I can actually feel the air getting sucked in through there. So what makes the air, you might ask? Let's go have a look. Let's go behind the shed. This place is my little gated junkyard. Does everybody else have a gated junkyard? Oh, this filter lid's not on properly. One hand doesn't really. There we go. I've normally got weights on that lid because it does cup up. Alright, so those pipes come out of the wall there. They're actually insulated because I had problems with water building up in the pipes because of the change in temperature when it was hitting the pipes. The humidity in the fish room was actually condensating inside these pipes, and I'll show you what the problem was in a second. But so they come in there completely insulated, And then this is the air pump here. So the air pump itself isn't actually that loud. And since learning that, I could have put this in the fish room. It is nice to have it in a dry environment. It's one less electricity worry I have to worry about. So the air comes in. What way does it come in? This pipe here. So the air comes in and it goes into this box. So this box needs replacing, to say the least. Look at it, it's so water damaged. It's not actually, it's a little bit damp. It kind of got to that stage like 2 years ago and it hasn't got worse. But basically, this box has baffles inside it. If you really want to see inside it, go back to the start of my channel. Somewhere in the first like maybe 50 episodes, I reckon, is the build of this. So it's got fabric acoustic paneling from work, like offcuts inside it, baffling it, so it works like a muffler. So that connects to here. Now, why does it need a muffler, you might ask? That noise there, I don't know how well you guys can hear it with the directional microphone. Basically, imagine that noise there going through a 40mm pipe and echoing at the other end. It was so loud in the fish room. Alright, I need to put the camera down to put this back on. Alright, so where did we leave off? I'm not sure, but while I had the camera off, I actually heard an air leak. So it's a good thing we came out here. See if I can hear it now. I think it's gone. Alright, so air leak averted. Crisis averted. So I can hear water. Hang on, see if I take this mic off. See if you guys can hear it. Could you hear that? I guess I'll find out when I'm editing this too. But that's full of water. So where's that line? That's the air coming in. That's not very good for the pump. I wonder if I could build like a water collector for this. What I want to do with this, I actually have the means to do it. I want to get one of these clear plastic tubs and then line that tub with that same acoustic panel I was telling you about, and then turn a plastic tub into the muffler and have like a drain on it, so it collects the water in the tub instead of in the pipe. But and also I learned I didn't need to make the muffler this big. This is like 1200. But obviously, if you guys are building an air loop in a room, you don't need any of this. Like, this is a very extravagant thing, and the reason it's so extravagant is just to have a quiet fish room, which is actually kind of ironic, guys, because my air conditioner has been loud for like 12 months now, and like it's pretty much the same high-pitched noise that pump makes. So I really hope that new fan for the air conditioner rocks up soon. Screwdriver back in the toolbox. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap that one up there. I've got to go back in and separate some fish and give them some fish food. If you've got some more video suggestions, something you would like to see, simply just let me know. Like, I'm happy to do it. One thing I probably will do a video on again is talking about my filters. I did do a breakdown in a video like about 2 years ago, but it was a tank cleaning video that I spoke about the filter, but I want to do an actual dedicated video on how my filters work, because the other day I posted that video of me testing the airlifts, and I think that raised more questions than it answered for a lot of people. So I think I need to do a follow-up to that video. But if you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe for more, hit that little red button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.